Microsoft just dropped another Windows 11 26 H2 Insider Preview build to the new experimental channel, build number 26300.8376. It's quietly adding new features that can completely change how laptops feel to use. And honestly, some of the features feel more macOS level polished than classic Windows. So let's break down what are the new changes and what are the fixes to the new Windows 11 26 H2 experimental preview build 26300.8376. Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to Tech Sudama Lab. This build is based on Windows 11 version 25 H2 using an enablement package of Windows 11 26 H2. Unlike some recent builds focused heavily on Copilot and AI integration, this update is more focused on usability, reliability, stability, and everyday experience improvements. And honestly, that's exactly what many Windows users wanted. So first of all, we're going to talk about the low latency profile. The low latency profile works whenever you want to open the start menu. It opens at lightning fast. And if you want to open a new browser, it opens instantly. And if you just right click on the desktop, the context menu load faster. If you just right click on the taskbar, here is also the context menu is working faster. Now your computer is eligible to load an application faster than before. And here is another feature. That is, if you just go to settings and then Bluetooth and device, then you just see a new option that is touchpad. You can now customize your touchpad if it supports. User can adjust the baseline speed of touchpad gesture directly from settings. That means you'll be able to customize scrolling responsiveness, zoom sensitivity, gesture movement speed. That sounds small, but for productivity users, creators, and students, this is a major quality of life improvement. Different people use touchpads differently. Some want ultra-fast navigation, others prefer precise control. Microsoft has finally given users more granular control instead of forcing one universal behavior. This is probably the coolest feature in the entire build. Windows 11 can now continue scrolling automatically when your fingers reach to the edge of the touchpad. And some supported hardware moving to the edge or applying more pressure can continue scrolling motion indefinitely. Basically, you no longer need to repeatedly lift your fingers while scrolling through long web pages, PDFs, timelines, or giant documents. That's a massive usability improvement for laptops. And yes, this feels very inspired by the fluid gesture system on premium trackpads. Microsoft also added dynamic gesture acceleration. So now, repeated flick gestures increase scrolling speed automatically. The faster you flick, the faster Windows scrolls. This makes navigating huge documents and websites dramatically quicker, especially for developers, video editors, researchers, spreadsheet users, and multitaskers. Microsoft is also bringing back a feature older laptop users may remember. You can now scroll vertically using a single finger along for left or right edges of the touchpad. This may sound old school, but many users actually prefer this behavior for precision navigation, especially business users coming from legacy laptops. Next are File Explorer improvements. And honestly, this fixes should have existed years ago. So now, if you just go to any file, for example, this is one file, and just go to details, you just see KB here, kilobyte. In another file, for example, and here you can see it's showing the size of the file in megabytes. That means in details view, Windows will now properly display small units like kilobytes, megabytes, and gigabytes, instead of showing everything only in kilobytes. This makes File Explorer much easier to read at a glance. And it's shocking this takes so long. Another thing is that if you just right click on the File Explorer, you will see the context menu having the refresh button over here. That is newly added to this build. Another thing is that if you just right click in the image, and here is the set as wallpaper is missing, you need to go to other actions, and then there we go, you get the set as desktop background option is there. That is also changed to this build. Another thing is that if you click on the address bar, Microsoft also improved path handling in the File Explorer address bar. Now properly supports double backlashes, coded paths, and more complex directory formats. This is especially useful for IT admins, developers, power users, and enterprise workflows. Another thing is changed in File Explorer, that is, whenever you wanted to rename any file, there were some incredibly annoying rename bugs in Windows 11. and Microsoft finally addressed them. Previously, if you wanted to rename any file, text may constantly rescale, case-only rename failures are fixed. Changing from small letter to capital letter is now fixed. Will now properly update both local and cloud folders. This was surprisingly problematic in a OneDrive environment before. Keyboard navigation inside File Explorer flyout menus has also been improved. This helps accessibility users, keyboard-focused workflows, and productivity users. Small improvement, but important. And now here is one feature many people completely missed. Microsoft is allowing eligible K-12 environment to upgrade from Windows 11 Home to Windows 11 Pro Education, and that is for free. The process uses clickupgrade.exe through an elevated command prompt with an organization account. But here is an important warning. This is a one-way upgrade. If you want to go back to Windows 11 Home, you will need a full clean reinstall of Windows 11. So Microsoft clearly expects the system remains in managed education environments permanently. This build also includes several important stability fixes. And honestly, some users were heavily affected by these issues. Microsoft fixed a Windows push notification hang issue. This bug could break notifications, freeze startup behavior, and cause some applications to hang during launch. That's a major reliability fix. Another major upgrade to the security section. The Japanese IME now works more reliably with administrator protection enabled, and that is important for enterprise development, multilingual users, and security-focused systems. Microsoft also improved desktop shortcut icon loading reliability, which means fewer blank icons, delayed icon loads, and broken desktop shortcuts. Again, small fix, but good polish. Now remember, this is still an experimental build, so some features are rolling out gradually. Some users may not see everything immediately. So, to check all the features, make sure you go to Settings, and then just Windows Update, and then scroll and go to Windows Insider Program, and then check on Feature Flags, and then just make sure you've enabled all the features. And after enabling, just click on Apply Changes, and you'll be asked to restart your computer. And after restart, everything will be applied. You may also notice a desktop watermark because this is an insider preview build, and that is normal. And for some features, especially the new touchpad improvements, app compatibility may depend on the future WinAppSDK 1.8 and 2.0 updates, especially for modern WinUI 3 apps. Honestly, this is one of the better Windows 11 insider builds we've seen recently. Not because it adds flashy AI features, low latency profile, but because it improves the actual Windows experience. And low latency profile alone could make premium Windows laptops feel significantly smoother and more modern. And the File Explorer fixes address real frustrations users have complained about for years. This build also continues to support bigger ideas behind Microsoft's newer Windows strategy. Less unnecessary clutter, more polish, better responsiveness, and smarter usability improvements. And if Microsoft keeps going in this direction, Windows 11 may finally start feeling more refined instead of constantly experimental. So what do you think about this Windows 11 26H experimental build 26,300.8376? Are these touchpad improvements actually useful? Or you say just low latency profile is useful more? Is Microsoft still ignoring big Windows 11 problems? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe to Tech Sudama Lab, and turn notifications on. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.